Yeah.
My family, they raise pit bulls. I love horses and panthers and
Oh,
wolves.
okay, for
Yeah.
sure. I like horses too, actually. Yeah.
Yes, I saw your cousin. He has like a horse thing going on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. He's really big into it. So, I posted it up yesterday, so hopefully people saw the post and they go to his actual bio and stuff and hit the link and see what he has going on because he's doing a documentary right now.
Hey, Monty, how are
Hey, how
you?
you doing? How you doing? I'm fine.
I'm doing great. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Perfection. Hey, that's crazy. We've been friends on Facebook for a minute.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But look,
Yeah, yeah. And my son has the same last name, Montgomery.
yeah, it was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy. Then we've been friends, and you work and I'm working.
yep,
So we just
definitely.
grinding.
Are you still in Nevada?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas. I got a call actually. BG, he don't even know I'm here. I'm coming back to LA in the morning. I got a meeting in Burbank about getting talking to some people about getting funding for the documentary. So I'm super excited. You know, I've been on
Yes.
I've been on the grind for like a year straight, just grinding, grinding.
I know. Even before I saw that you were in Acton, California, right?
Yeah, I was in acting. Yes, I was in acting.
Yeah, I saw it was really awesome. I don't see a lot of black people horseback riding. I've always loved horses, and even some of my black friends would tell me, they were like, "Girl, you black, you don't ride horses." When I was younger,
Like,
black people don't ride horses. But I'm just like, I can't help it. I just love them. So it was really awesome to see you putting, the community together and teaching them how to ride and educating them on horseback, and very, very awesome.
yeah, I've been around horses like majority of my life, like since I was 7 years old, like riding, learning how to ride with my dad, in LA on the hill off of Figueroa and El Segundo at the hill. Back then they used to call it El Fig, then we call it the hill. So that's where the first professional world grand champion bull rider come from, Charlie Pee Wee Sampson. So I was raised around a lot of cowboys in the inner city, black cowboys that end up going professional, and then it kind of like
Very nice.
it grew on us, right? So
Yeah.
we just it's a part of my life. It's a part of our culture, as blacks. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We don't see a lot of it now. Back in I want to say like 2011, uh, the hill got set on fire, so we lost like where we boarded our horses in LA. So
Oh,
everybody
no.
that's still actively in the game in LA, we kind of like spread out. We had stalls there. We had like 250 horses there. Unfortunately, a situation
Wow.
happened, and if you watch the documentary Fire on the Hill, you'll see my partner Calvin, Guan, and Fat Pack. They in there, and then Trey Hosley, who's a professional bareback rider, bronc rider from
Nice.
Compton, right?
Nice.
Our area, you know what I'm saying, Compton Cowboys. Like we got like it's like three major, organizations, but we work together in LA, right? Leading like Compton Cowboys, they the biggest organization. So if you want to learn about our history in Compton, right now they got a big kids program going on. Then you got Urban Saddles, it's the guys from the documentary Fire on the Hill. And then I had my program, Platinum Plus Stallions. I had a youth program up in Acton where I was training, teaching kids, at-risk kids, they was in foster care. Anyway, I was just going to the hood, just grabbing whatever kids,
Right.
single
Right.
parent moms, and I funded everything out of my pocket. No
Yes.
no state help. I had a few companies that donated and whatnot, and
Yes.
then I got into these single footing horses, and
The
it was
single foot.
killing.
Okay, that's very interesting. And I love what you're doing for the community. Children love horses, and that's just really sweet that you came out of your own pocket just to help these kids in foster homes and give them something to smile about. And horses are just so majestic, and I commend you for that. It's
Thank you,
awesome.
thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Like it's work, but
I know.
uh,
I know. So my question, you said you were around 7. When was is that around the age that was your first encounter? Was that your first encounter with horses at the age of 7?
Yeah, at the age of 7, my dad used to hang out on the hill and used to ride and everything. So I used to go up there with my dad and my uncles, and they have us clean the stalls and all that. We get to go cool the
Yeah.
horses off, and that's about the time where I got like active, actively involved with horses.
Did you
But
ever have a fear of horses?
nah, I never really had a fear. Nah, not really. Because I watched some of like the greatest cowboys. So, when you growing up, you want to be like them. So that fear
Yes.
it was never there. It was just always want to be as good as they are, right?
Yes, I never had a fear of them either. It would trip my mom out. I'd walk up to people's horses and feed them. And she's like, "You're not scared?" I'm like, "No."
I was the same way with my daughter, right? We started riding. My daughter, she just turned 9 last Saturday. Like she's been riding since she was 5, and she's fearless. Like she's fearless of them. She'll get on. If she feel like if I can ride it, she can ride it. So we pull up to people's barns, and I'll tell her, "Take mine to get on that horse," and she'll be like, "Let me see you ride it first." And if I ride it, oh, she's gonna ride it. So.
Now, before you got into working with the horses and breeding and the races and all of that, can you tell us a little bit about your life before the horse business?
Before the horse business, if I take it back when I was younger, like I was actively involved in the streets, hustling, selling drugs, you know what I'm saying? Just in the streets bad. And I ended up going to state prison, did 2 years in state prison. Then I came home, at that time. Then I came home, I got back into trouble. I ended up catching a federal sentence. I got sentenced to 20 years in the feds for drug trafficking. And I've done 11 years in federal prison. In 2009, they had a law change, and I got an active. They had to give me what they call accurate drug amount. So I came home. I went to jail. I went to federal prison in 2000. I came home in 2011. When I came home from prison after 11 years, I went to work. Right, I worked for Pet Boys, going around the country remodeling all their stores when they got bought out. Then I just invested my money, turned around, purchased a couple of tow trucks, started tow truck business, invested, and then got back into the horses about 4 or 5 years ago. About 5 years ago now.
Good. And you decided to give back with horses.
Yeah. So once I got back into the horses, it was mandatory that I gave back. I had an obligation to my city, to the youth. You know what I'm saying? For giving the kids the chances that I didn't get.
Right.
Growing up. I wasn't like, I come from a good family, right? And my dad was involved. My dad was involved in the drug trade. Ended up going to prison. My uncle ended up going to prison. My stepmom went to prison. Like my whole family, like damn near my whole neighborhood went to jail. So after they went to jail, it kind of like life changed for us, right? So then you have to grow up and become a man and fend for your family. The way I taught. So I resorted back to what I was taught. So after the prison situation and working and getting myself established, that's when I got serious into the horses. My brother,
Very good. Very good.
My brother T-Rock and my dad got me back into it like real heavy.
Very good. And I'm really interested in this 1 foot. Is that what it's called? 1 foot style of riding with the horses?
It's called single foot. It's a
Single
foot. Yeah. It's a 4-beat gait. It's a rack, right? It's just like 1 foot at a time. That's what we call it, single foot. And so what happened is, like, if you count, when you got a horse that's racking, right, you count the footfall. Like a horse either trotting or pacing, right? So what we actually do, we train the horses to 4-beat gait. So if you watch any of my videos in slow motion, if you count the footfall, you'll start from the back right foot, that one will hit the ground, then the front right will hit the ground, then the back left will hit the ground, and then the front left will hit the ground. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that motion is just repetitive. And then once they hit a certain speed, you'll see at all times that they'll be 3 feet up off the ground and 1 on the ground. and we call it
It's just
single footing.
incredible. I've never seen anything like that. Now, was that something that you guys came up with, or is this a style of riding that existed previously?
Well, like walking horses and saddlebreds, they always did a 4-beat gait. So what happened was the guys down south, and you'll see a lot of the guys in the documentary, you know, like Doc Mosley, Tony Smith, and a lot of guys from like West Virginia who've been riding these horses. So what they did, most of them really come from walking horses, and then they start breeding these horses to standard breds, which are buggy horses on the track. And
Right.
it's made them faster and faster. Now, people, like if you watch the trailer, you know,
Uh-huh.
people out here actually breeding for the fastest, smoothest horse now.
I mean, it's just, I see the guys sitting on the horses, and it's like, they're not going like this. It's just like they're still. And the horses are just going fast. I'm like, damn, black people even ride horses better. I'm sorry, I had to say it. It was just, I've never seen anything like it. They're just chilling on and their horses are going fast, and it's really smooth, and it's really amazing.
That's what it's about, right? It's like that horse is like the ultimate pleasure horse, right? And like when I was doing my thing with the walking horses, it's the same gait. It's nice and smooth. You can sit on it. You know, walking horse is just not as fast. It's like a beer drinking horse. You can sit on it, have a drink, not waste it. You traveling 10, 15 miles per hour. But then when you get on these horses, you can travel from anywhere from 9 miles per hour to up to 30 miles per hour in that smooth
It's amazing.
gait. So when I got into it, right, basically what happened, how I got into it was I was posting my horse, Goldie, the one that I sold to the Compton Cowboys. I was my big old stallion, right? I was posting him in a horse group on Facebook. And one of my partners, I called him my little brother, named Pussy, right? So he sent me my horse. And he was like, man, how's your horse bred? So I sent him over the paperwork. He was like, man, I own your horse, uncle. So we started going back and forth, exchanging information. And then he was like, man, you need to look at these speed racking horses. So for like 18 months, he just educated me on them. So I'm just online watching. He's sending me videos. Watch this horse, watch this horse. And then 18 months later, last January, I purchased my first one. And we trained it, started competing and everything. And my very first event last July, my horse placed first place at Bayou Bash. Then we took him then we took him to Tennessee. He placed third. Then I went to Mississippi and he placed third.
Good.
So
Good.
then from there, I sold all my walking horses, and I've just been out there for like a year. I've been in Texas for a year now, just grinding, trying to get this documentary done, learning, going from barn to barn.
I'm looking forward to one day owning a horse. That's like a dream of mine. So congratulations to you. Tell me a little bit about the competitions. What do they look for in these competitions?
They look for like headsets in the horse, the best gait. So everything start off with the gait. So it start off with how smooth they are, and then how their head set, big front end.
Okay, back up a little. I think you got a call and it silenced you for a second. So you were saying speed?
First is start with quality of gait, how smooth is riding. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it breaks that gait, you automatically disqualified. Right? And then from there, then they go to headset, how the head is sitting down, you know, where the head is sitting up right, like bent at the pole, nose down, you know, tucked in. And then from there, speed. So it's quality of gait, headset, and then speed.
Very nice.
So
very nice.
It's real fun. It's real competitive. They have different classes. They got the youth classes. Then they have, you know, best gated 2-year-old, best gated 3-year-old. Then they have the ultimate single footing, the champion, the fastest horse. Then they have the all women class. So it's family driven, right? So you got kids out there, you got women riding, you got women competing against men. It's beautiful. Like,
that's nice. I can't wait. I want to join one of these days. And so where do you guys mainly compete at?
All over the South, like Texas have a few shows, Louisiana have a few shows, Mississippi.
Okay.
But the main 2 shows, the 2 biggest shows are in Tennessee. And One was just in June, Thunder on the Mountain, and then like the Super Bowl, like the national championship for single footing is in October, the first week of October in Tennessee.
That's cool.
It's called Fall Brawl. So all the top horses, yeah. So all the top horses in the South will be there, from North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. We'll all
That's cool. That's cool. And now, are there particular types of horses? Does it have to be a stallion?
No, actually, the breed of the horse is standard breds, and then you have some standard bred crosses. Like you have a rowdy bred horse, standard bred cross with saddle bred. They have some that's, you know, they majority standard breds though, or standard bred cross with either saddle bred or a horse called Rowdy from this Rowdy Rawhide bloodline.
Okay.
Right? So it's just a lot of crossed up horses.
Right.
So
That's cool.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's
it's crazy.
cool.
Like, we'll explain it all in the documentary, because it can be, you know, it's so much to it. It can be like real complicated, understanding the bloodlines and how these horses look. They look the same, they travel the same, but some of them are not bred the same.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, I saw some gorgeous horses. Somebody had one that was gold. They called it like Goldie or something.
That was my horse. That was
your horse.
Yeah, that's
that horse is freaking gorgeous, yo.
Yeah, that's a Tennessee Walker. He was only like about 15 miles per hour, 15, almost 16. That's that's the one that I sold to the Compton Cowboys. They own him.
That's what you were just telling me about. You were just telling me about that. Man, that horse, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. It looks like gold. Gorgeous. You guys check it out. Go on his page, Platinum Plus Stallions. Look at these beautiful horses and watch the videos and see how smooth they ride. Also, in the link in his bio, there's a link to the explaining a little bit about the documentary coming up. And we want to see that happen. I know you're going to do really well. I know it's going to happen.
Yes, right now we working. Like, we got a 30-day campaign. We trying to raise the money to finish the film. You know, the first year I kind of funded it all out of my pocket myself. You know, and then my production team and editing crew, you know, they jumped on board, been helping me. So we doing a 30-day campaign right now, a Kickstarter campaign. You know. Okay. You can go on and just donate whatever. Yeah. It don't matter, $25. We got different packages, hats, shirts, t-shirts, you know, different packages. Companies you know, if a company decide to donate, you know, we get a tax write-off for it and everything. So we just
That's right. For all you viewers watching, you guys, you know what to do. It's for a good cause. You know, it's really, really awesome. So anything helps. Let's help make this documentary manifest.
Yes, and
even though I know that it will. I know that it will.
Yes.
So,
thank you.
So where is your next competition?
October.
Okay.
I was gonna show in September in Tennessee as well at Racking on the Edge, but I think I'm gonna pass on it because I got my 2-year-old that I'm gonna bring out. His name is S3. We call him. His name is S3. Say something stupid. So he's at my trainers in North Carolina, Randy Nunn. Okay. So I'm gonna pass on Racking on the Edge, and then I'm gonna go straight to Fall Brawl in Tennessee.
Okay, now do you give horseback riding lessons in Los Angeles, or where you're at in California?
Yes, when I'm at home, I give horseback riding lessons in Southgate.
Okay.
At Urban Saddles, and they're available now, right?
I need to make an appointment.
Yeah.
Even though I did learn, you know my story. I got sexually harassed on a horse by a trainer, and that was not cool at all. So, you know, I would like to have a better experience, and I think it would be awesome to ride with you guys.
I told you need to come home. Come home.
Yeah.
Right in the city.
Yeah.
So I'll put you in contact with Calvin over at Urban Saddles, him or Guan, and those two of my partners. So when I'm not out in the South training or competing, they there year round, always giving riding lessons, doing a lot of stuff for the kids, a lot of stuff for the community. Okay. You know, every weekend, twice during the week. You just make an appointment, go down there, Southgate, right off the 710 freeway at the Imperial Stables, in Southgate, California. Ask for Calvin or Guan, and just let them know that Lil Mine at Platinum Plus sent you, and they'll get you squared away. And then when I come home in October, I usually stay home from October to April. So I'm home
Okay.
like 6 months and I'm gone 6 months.
Okay. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the bareback riding? Is it a lot more complicated to ride without a saddle? Because I don't know where you would put your feet, you know?
Nah, it's just about balance and being comfortable, right?
Okay.
It's not, you know, once you put the bit and the bridle in and you get up there and you're comfortable, it's easy for me. It's just balance, you know, balance and being comfortable, right?
Right.
Once you get that confidence and you got your balance together and you sit there
You're
and you
good.
like rocking with the motion of the horse, especially these
Yeah.
Tennessee walking horses or these gaited horses, it's real smooth.
Nice. You know, it felt very natural to me when I was writing. It just felt like second nature. There were a couple things I did have to learn, but once I got the idea, I didn't mind riding fast. You know, it was really, really awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then the rhythm of the ride, I was telling BG Knockout that it's very healing. It was like the best. I had the best sleep that night. You know, they say that the rhythm of horseback riding can actually be very healing and therapeutic.
Oh
And
yes.
to me, I thought that that was very true, actually.
Oh yes, it's very therapeutic. It's like with me, like it's no better way to like once I get out there and I get on my horse, it's like I'm in tune at one with my horse. I kind of like disconnect from the world. Like it's just me and my horse. We just focus and we getting the job done, standing gait, and just getting a nice smooth ride. And you know, you get to learn them. It's crazy because you know everything about them. Like once you're around them and you own one every day,
Yes,
you
yes,
know they personality, they sense of humor, or you know all that. You just know. Like I know when my horse is not feeling good. I know when something's wrong. All that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I just
People
have
say their
fun.
horses are like their babies.
Say that again.
I'm sorry, there must have been a delay. People say that their horses are like their babies.
Oh yeah, they are. They are. Like all mine are. Like I treat them like they my kids. So
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
so sweet.
you know they
One day I'll have one.
yeah. Because I have at one time I had like 13. I got like 7 now. So yeah, I kind of cut back. But last year I had 13 of my own.
So lucky. No fair. Man.
So it's like they say. I'm reading the comments. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's just
No, go ahead.
yeah. It's about just keeping your balance bareback. You know, once you sit up in there, you're comfortable and you can keep your balance right there, and you holding the reins. You know, and you got control of that horse because they're gonna take care of you. You know.
Yes, yes. And then one thing I want to say, someone told me, they pointed out that horses are the only animals mentioned coming from heaven in the scriptures. That was that's really interesting to me. I mean, you can't quote me on that, but someone told me that. Like, if you think about that, you know, in the scripture, it talks about horses coming from heaven. They're very majestic creatures, very spiritual creatures. And so that was kind of interesting to me, especially with riding being so therapeutic. That's really, really awesome. And then I also hear that a horse would rather die than trample a human. Is that true?
When I train, I haven't never had one. Like I done failed a million times, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I never got stepped on or nothing like that. Like my horses always, if I fall, they step around me and they wait for me
Yeah,
to get up. Like sometimes when you
yeah.
fall, sometimes it scared them more than it scared you. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I've heard. That's what I've
Yeah.
heard. Well, it's just been awesome. I love horses. I'm so happy to be able to talk about it on my channel today. And shout out to BG Knockout
Oh
for
yeah, my
really.
cousin BG always showing me love, man. My cousin, he always there for me. Anything I'm doing in life and vice versa. What he doing with the music, like we always there for each other. We gonna always support each other in our grind and our, you know, both of us grew up the same lifestyle. You know, BG been to prison, you know, and I've been to prison. He come home and gave his life to Islam, to Allah, you know, and I just love everything that my cousin out there doing and what he's standing for our city and for the community, right? And he's always giving back, willing to do whatever it's gonna take to help reform our city, especially the city of Compton. So
Very awesome.
I always salute my bro, and he one of the most humblest dudes in the world. You know, from having all that success at a young age and still being able to keep it going. You know.
Oh yeah.
20-something years, almost 30 years after Eazy-E.
Absolutely, I agree. And then also it must be something in the family, because I really love what you're doing with the community and horses. Out of all things, it's very, very awesome. Would you ever consider having your horses in some music videos? I might need one.
Yeah, like we do birthday parties, everything. Like we done weddings and everything. Like, yes, I definitely bring them down as soon as the season over. I'm bringing all my horses back home, so I'll be doing a lot of like expeditions, showing people like the different styles of horses, from walking horses, all gaited horses, you know, because I have a few that's crossbred. So I'll be bringing Tennessee walkers, some crossbred horses, some rowdy bred horses. I got a couple. I got a walking horse and Tennessee Walker cross. I mean, a Tennessee Walker and a saddlebred cross, and then I'll bring my full standard breds, and I'll show people the difference. And I'll have kids back out. I'll be back in working up at Urban Saddles or up in Apple Valley or Knoccout riding all the time. So once I come home, I really get that pressure of out here training, getting ready for these events. I can really come home and do what I love in my city.
Definitely. Can you give us the name of the documentary one more time?
The documentary is called Single Foot Movie. You can find it on Facebook and Instagram. Single Foot Movie, all one word. And like I said, we're trying to raise the funds right now. We got a Kickstarter going. You can follow us. You can donate. Anything to help. We're trying to get this film done ASAP, and we're going to show the world something totally different. You know,
definitely. Great cause.
Yes. No, we don't. I'm looking at one. No, we don't rent horses, but you can definitely come to Urban Saddles and come ride. Like we don't. You know, a lot of these horses are our personal horses that we ride, but we do give lessons on them inside the arena. And if you get good, then we will take you out. You know, when I get home, then if you're good enough to ride, then I'll take you out on one of my horses and let you ride on the trail. But I have to train you first.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. I'm definitely going to be in touch with you after this. I definitely want to some of those horses in my music videos. I think that would be very, very awesome.
We'll come. And then I want to, like I said, I want to introduce you to it's a group of women and out of Pasadena, and a group of men, but it's majority women. It's a riding club. Very cool. In Pasadena, and I ride with them when I'm home. And they go out. They do a trail ride every month, once a month. So, I gotta go. So when I come home, I'll definitely. Before then, I'm gonna put you in contact with them and let you go out there. Even before they go on the rides, you know, they come back, they cook and everything. They hang out, they have a good time. A lot of people go out. You don't need a horse to go. You know, to go hang out.
I would love to. Yeah. Okay, well, you got my number. I got your number. We'll be in touch.
I appreciate you for having me and appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you too.
For giving me a call and let me, share this information and what's going on. So y'all can follow me at platinum_plus_stallions on Instagram, Facebook, Monty Montgomery on Facebook. And check us out.
Yes, and thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to donate.
Yes. You have a blessed evening.
You too. Thank you. One love, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.